They say the people closest to you are the ones who can hurt you the most. In a quiet Florida town in a home filled with report cards, family dinners, and church Sundays, two loving parents tucked in for the night. They never imagined that by morning they would be gone. And the boy they raised, their only son, would walk into a church, not to pray, but to confess. What could drive a 14-year-old honor student to commit the unthinkable? Was it sudden rage, or something much darker simmering beneath the surface all along? Before we take you deep into the chilling details of this case, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We cover real stories that matter, stories that headlines often miss, and truths that deserve to be told. Because what you're about to hear is not just a crime, it's a warning. Now, let's go back to that night, when silence fell over Middleburg and everything changed forever. In the stillness of a Middleburg, Florida night on August 4th, 2025, something unthinkable happened inside a quiet home on Scenic Drive. David Lee, 44, and Brandy Smith, 45, were wrapping up a normal evening with their teenage son, 14-year-old Trevor Lee, when a fatal argument escalated. Neighbors reported hearing nothing. No gunshots, no screams, just silence. By midnight, both parents were dead, shot multiple times. And Trevor? He didn't run. He didn't hide. Instead, he walked alone down the empty road toward a church. But why a church? What he did next would leave even the most seasoned detective stunned. Trevor Lee picked up a church phone and dialed 911. Not to deny what he'd done, but to confess everything. What he said during that call chilled dispatchers to the core. Please pray for me. I just killed my parents. Those were among the first words Trevor Lee said to the Clay County dispatcher after walking into the church. He was calm, controlled, unarmed. He claimed to have emptied his pockets and left his backpack behind. And for nearly 10 full minutes, the dispatcher kept him on the line, both to comfort him and to stall until deputies arrived. What's more chilling is that Trevor didn't ask for forgiveness. He asked for prayers. He waited inside that sacred space, not running, not resisting, like a boy who knew his life had changed forever. But what led up to this quiet, horrifying confession? What could drive a 14-year-old honor student to destroy his family in a single night?
I'll listen to you.
Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now.
I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
Detectives rushed to the scene. But when they opened the door to the family's home, the devastation inside revealed more than just murder. It uncovered secrets. Deputies entered the Lee family's modest home and were immediately met with chilling scene. Two bodies, David and Brandy, each with fatal gunshot wounds. The murder weapon? A firearm believed to belong to the family. No sign of forced entry. No struggle. Everything pointed to someone who lived there, someone trusted. But behind the quiet exterior of the home, something darker simmered. Authorities began piecing together a fractured timeline, friction between father and son, an emotional tipping point, and a moment of violence that could not be undone. Sheriff Michelle Cook confirmed the event was an isolated domestic situation. But what she didn't say was just how emotionally complex this case would become. Neighbors described the family as loving. Classmates said Trevor was a model student. So how did this perfect kid turn into a killer overnight?
Sheriff Michelle Cook here from Clay County, and I am here this morning to report some just terribly tragic news. Just after midnight this morning, our 911 communications center received a call from a young man who stated he had just killed his parents. He stated that deputies could find his parents at the house and that he had walked just over a mile away to a church, and he would await for deputies to arrive to take him into custody. Deputies responded immediately to both locations, the church and then to a home on out here in the Middleburg area. When deputies arrived to the church, they took 14-year-old Trevor Lee into custody. When almost simultaneously deputies arrived to the address in question, they found two deceased individuals inside, David Lee, 44 years of age, and Brandy Smith, 45 years of age. Both of the deceased appeared to have gunshot wounds. Based upon our preliminary investigation, and we're still very early in this investigation, it appears that there was some sort of domestic argument last night between Trevor Lee and his parents, and that this shooting culminated from that argument. This does appear to be an isolated incident, and we have no further threat to our community at this time. Again, this is a very active scene. Our detectives are working diligently to try to figure all of this out. We do want to extend our deepest sympathies to the family, the friends, and all of those who are affected by this heartbreaking incident, and we would like to ask anybody in the community that may have some information regarding Trevor Lee or his parents to please reach out to us at 904-264-6512. And with that, I will take any questions.
Did the teen have any prior mental health history, anything like, visiting the guidance office at school, or any therapy, any Baker Acts?
That we're looking into that. That's going to be part of the investigation. You think about this just happened at midnight last night, just after midnight, and we're here early Monday morning. So all of that is going to be looked at. His history at school, any previous contacts, we don't know right now, but that'll be part of the investigative process.
Just going by names alone, biological dad, do we have a relation with the woman?
I believe these are both his biological parents at this time. I know the father is for sure.
Just with different names, I was curious.
Correct.
Was it the parents' gun or was it the kid's gun?
At this time, we believe it's going to be the parents' gun, but we're still, again, looking into that through, talking to him, finding out where the gun was, how he got a hold of the gun, how did he know the gun was there. The gun was recovered at the scene. He left the gun at the scene when he walked to the church to call 911.
Were they both shot just one single time, and if so, where?
That I do not know. Again, part of the investigative process.
And additionally, was there anyone else in the home, maybe a sibling who was obviously not harmed but was just in the home?
At this time, it appears that only Trevor and his parents were in the home when this incident occurred.
Anyone else?
Anything else? Again, appreciate you guys coming out, and just, again, if any citizens have any information about Trevor Lee, please give us a call, 904-264-6512, or send us a Safer Watch tip. Thank you.
Real quick, do you know if you've had any incidents at the home? Have you guys ever had to respond to the home?
I don't know the answer to that yet. That's going to be part of the investigative process. Listen, we're still early, very early in this. Detectives, our crime scene technicians are still on scene. This is very, very early in this. Thank you.
As detectives dug deeper, they uncovered a diary entry that hinted at something Trevor had been hiding for months. Trevor's digital footprint revealed a young boy struggling silently. While no manifesto was found, notes on his tablet and an encrypted app suggested themes of isolation, family pressure, and emotional turmoil. Some experts believe Trevor may have experienced a psychological break, a sudden violent outburst following a trigger event at home. Still, no official diagnosis has been made. Authorities confirmed they're reviewing Trevor's mental health records, school behavior reports, and any past family interventions. His friends were stunned. One said, "He was normal, quiet, sure, but not dangerous." But sometimes, the most dangerous storm is the one no one sees coming. As the community mourned, another question emerged. Will Trevor Lee be charged as a juvenile or as an adult facing life behind bars? And when the court finally ruled, what they decided would shock Florida and divide the entire nation. The decision came swiftly. Prosecutors in Clay County confirmed they would pursue adult charges against Trevor Lee for the double homicide of his parents. This means a 14-year-old could face life in prison. No bail, no second chances. Legal experts and child advocacy groups are already weighing in. Some call it justice. Others call it tragedy. Trevor remains in custody at a juvenile facility awaiting a formal hearing, but public interest is growing fast. The courtroom will be a battleground, not just for law and order, but for America's soul. Is a child ever truly beyond redemption? Or is Trevor Lee the face of a deeper national crisis, one of untreated mental illness, silent suffering, and emotional suppression behind suburban doors? And just when the case seemed to settle, a new piece of evidence emerged from Trevor's cloud account, one that could redefine everything we thought we knew. What was in that file? Why had it been deleted and recovered? And could it change the course of the entire trial?